When it comes to ground blinds, I'm looking for 5 different things. Is it durable? Is it easy to set up? Are the windows and doors quiet? Any special features? And is it at a good price point? Today, I'm going to be talking about the TideWe 270-degree see-through blind. I'm going to give you my thoughts on those questions. So first of all, I wanted to mention that we actually broke this blind in this last year. My buddy Andy Holsclaw.
This blind is pretty cool. You can see through everywhere.
He ended up killing a buck during the Wisconsin rifle season using this blind. So we can say from experience that this thing works. So let's just jump right into those 5 topics I introduced at the beginning. We're going to talk first of all about the features. So obviously the most important feature that this blind has is that it's a 3-panel see-through blind. So when you're sitting in this thing, your backdrop is black, but then the 3 panels, one to your right, to your front, and to your left, are all see-through. Of course, the panel above you is all black and solid. Now, one of the main questions that I had before I got this blind was, can I see through this mesh and can the deer see me through it? The answer is that you can see through it. Now, it's not crystal clear vision, but you can see through it. Now, where this thing is going to work best is that you're going to be actually able to see motion. It's not necessarily that you can be able to pick out exactly the details of the deer 50, 80, 100 yards away, but you're going to notice that there is movement, and that is going to help you be ready to make that shot. Now, mind you, in low light, this feature is not going to work quite as good, but I gotta say that the see-through feature on this blind is a win. To the second question, will the deer be able to see me sitting in the blind because it's a see-through? The only problem that you could ever have with this is if the deer are up high enough that they're looking into the blind at a side angle. From the front, you can't really tell because there's a black backdrop, but if you're coming from the side, they can see through the blind a little bit. So you got to be careful if a deer is approaching you from the left or the right. One of the other cool features about this blind is that it has a ribbon that goes along the top and in the middle that has loops on it where you can hook brush and branches into this. But I will say that does obstruct your view of the 270 blind, which would kind of defeat the purpose of it. So another question that a lot of people have is this blind waterproof? Yes, it is. But if you get a driving wind blowing the rain right into the sides of the blind where the mesh is, you could get a little bit of rain, maybe a possible mist that comes through in that scenario. But for the most part, it's going to hold out all of the rain. The rain should run right off of it. So let's talk about the zippers and the windows. It's a very important part of a blind to me to have one that isn't like super noisy every time you try to get into it. You know, if you open that thing up and it's like, let's just announce to all the deer in the woods, hey, I'm here. And then I've had some blinds that have had Velcro on them and you're trying to rip Velcro off in the woods and it's like, this blind has fantastic zippers. The windows, you just have on little sliders, just goes right up and right down, and you can make minimal noise. Now this leads into the question of, is this blind durable? So far, it has done pretty well, but there is one area that has caused me some problems, and it caused Andy some problems with his blind that he got too. Where the window slides down, the stitching ended up ripping there. All the other areas have done very well so far. It is reinforced with extra material on pressure points and on corners. So I think you shouldn't have too many issues with that. They've upgraded to a stronger material, 600D material, so that's a lot better, and double straps now. So I'm a big fan of the double strap. You can just put that right on over both shoulders and carry it right in the woods super easy. Now the next question, is this blind easy to set up? Yes, if you do the right steps. I was fiddling around with this for the first couple times, and I was trying to open the side panels first, and that was a big mistake. The blind kept getting turned in on itself, and it was a nightmare trying to get it open. So if you're gonna do this, you need to pop the top first. Then you go to the sides. And then when you close it, you need to do that in reverse order. You pop the sides, and then you pop the top, and then you can fold it all together. Now the last thing that I look at is the price point. Is this thing affordable for the average hunter? Yes. This is about as affordable of a see-through blind as you will see on the market. And the cool part is I have a discount code, SWO18. I can save you guys 18% if you want to get your hands on this blind for an even better price. I think that this blind is definitely something that's worthwhile. You got to be careful with the windows, that you don't tear those apart, but overall it's been a fantastic blind for me, and I would highly suggest that you check it out. Make sure you go to TideWe.com. Thanks for watching, guys.